folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to the Game of Fortune! Just get your head out of the clouds. In the last part, well, there was a snake, and then we kind of, got the backstory of how everyone all met before we all came in here, because, of course, that happened, because that always happens in these types of games. Like, oh, yeah, hey, what are you doing here? We conveniently talk with every single person that matters. So, I guess I got lost in thought there. Seeing that Belle was still looking over us, waiting for questions. Everyone was silent, aside from Lilith, who was still comforting her sister, and with that confirmation, Belle nodded and began to float up. Well then, let's not waste any more time. Let this round of the Game of Fortune commence. She snapped her fingers once more and a blinding light filled the room. Before we get started, why don't you take notice of the little clover icon on the right? I've added a little profile tracker so you can learn about each of the players. Oh, and this is just for you, not for Clyde or Devin or anyone else to know. It keeps track of some basic information. Profiles are also accessible in the options setting. Oh, and after routine ending, why not check again and see if there are some special notes around. Anyway, good luck and good fortune through this deadly game. I felt my head ache for a moment as the flash left me disorientated. Where's the clover icon? Over there? That one? Maybe? I'm gonna have to run my mouse over it. Ugh. This one? No. No, not that one. But when I readjusted, the room was the same as it was before. The only difference now was that Belle was gone and the first door had opened up. Alright, now that we've got things started, who's going where? Don't let me remember everyone's voices. There's 16 of them. I don't remember them. Huh? What? Were you not paying attention? We got split up into 4 groups of 4, 4 people for each room. Right. So I was asking where people wanted to go. Any room preference or anything like that? Maria and I will go into the last door. What? How are you gonna say that without asking me first? Well, do you have any better ideas? Well, I mean, if you want to go through the last door, then fine. We can go through the last door. If that's the case, I'd like to accompany them. Theresa, would you care to join me? That's fine by me. I'd like to get to know a little more about the competition, to be honest. Awesome. I'd like to get to know you two as well. Especially you, dude. That was your regimen. You must work out a ton to get muscles like that. Well, it's nothing special, really. We started to chat idly as if there isn't a care in the world, like they aren't going to be playing for their lives. Alright, so we've got room 4 taken care of. That leaves 3 more. So listen to Zeph try and organize the groups. I feel Devin's hug on my arm. Hey, Clyde. Her voice shakes me out of my stupor. I saw her sneeze recently, so I'm like, oh, bleh. What's up? I think that we should stick together, as a pair. I don't know if anyone else is gonna split up or anything. She held onto my arm tightly as she looked over at the others. Understood because, frankly, I felt the same way. I was terrified, and the idea of having to play games to survive sent a chill through my entire body. The only comfort I had right now was knowing that Devin was here with me, and that she'd probably have my back if we got into any serious trouble. In terms of serious trouble, this was about as bad as it could get. And yet, in the back of my mind, other thoughts floated around, pulling for my attention as the seconds passed. What if we got put into a game together and we had to kill one another? What if other people try to kill us? Are we going to have to protect one another? Most important of all, if there was only going to be one victor, were we doomed to be enemies from the start? Hey dude, don't just zone out like that. It's a little freaky seeing you go wide-eyed like a fish. Sorry, I just got lost in thought. The flowchart has been unlocked. You can access it from the options menu or from the main menu. Let us... Oh, I apparently saved a screenshot. What the? Ah! Help! I found the accessibilities option. Okay, I'm apparently taking a bunch of pictures. Whoa, hey, I found the mouse! Stick together. Ah! Hold up. Okay. Actually, we're just gonna stop messing around with that. Options. Oh, hey, flow chart. Check out that flow. Oh, dear lord. I feel like I'm looking at like a zero escape. Well, let's stick together. We should stay together. We can watch out for each other. Attention to look, Devon's face was washed away as she heard these words and let out a heavy sigh. Yeah, I agree. As long as we got each other, things are gonna be just fine. That's what I hoped, even if I knew that was just delaying the inevitable. Yo, lovebirds, you two done whispering to one another that you want to join the conversation? We're not dating. Tweet, tweet. Don't encourage him. Like I said, feel free to join in on the conversation at any time. Does anyone got any room preferences or pairings or anything at all? Laura and I are going to the third room together. Lilith was still holding Laura in her arms. She wasn't crying or murmuring anymore, but she still seemed shocked by the whole snake incident. I'm not going to debate anyone on it either. We need time. Alright, so Laura and Lilith will go in the third room. If that is the case, William and I will enter the third room with them. Seriously, I don't want to have to deal with that loudmouth. Well, if that's the case, you're free to go and be with whoever you want to. I'm not your mother. You're free to do whatever you want. I didn't say that I wouldn't go along with you, but couldn't you have picked any other people to group with? Of course, but I have my reasons. Whatever. Hey, Zeph. Me and Clyde don't want to be in a group with Jade. Ah, you wound me with your words. Are you saying you wouldn't like to participate in a death game with moi? Absolutely not. Ditto, dude. Oh, the woes of rejection. I'd still like to pair up with Jade if that's alright. Do whatever you want, just know it means you're not going to Clyde or me either. That's fun. I don't want to split from Kishi either, so that means that Philip and Richard, you two are going to be with one another as a pair too. So that's completely fine with me. Seconded. All that's left is to decide what doors we'll be going through. Kishi, what are you feeling? Door number 1 or door number 2? Door 1. Any reason why you wanted that door? It's the one that's open right now, which means if I survive the game, I'll be one of the first to finish the round. Is that important? I don't think so, but I do like being first. You can say that I'm a bit competitive. I'd like the second door having to do the first door with all that pressure on me to perform well. That's scary. You don't have any need to worry. It's not like people will know how you did until after they finish their own games. Well, if I die, I'll be super obvious when people move on to the next round. At least if I'm second, it will be like the first death people talk about. That's a terribly pessimistic way to go about this. Do you really think you're gonna die no matter what? Well, you got your choices then. You can go with me and Kishi or Richard and Philip. So I guess if you split up, that's one of the paths and this is the other path. Devin, you don't care between these, do you? Nah, I think they're both pretty cool. Let's go with Zeph and Kishi. The latter by the choice. Well, can you blame them? We are pretty damn awesome. Which means that Jade grants a year with us. Glad that you'll have us. Hopefully we don't rub off on you as poorly as we did with Clyde and Devin. You know, I don't think they dislike me as much as you think they do. It was a joint effort on a bad first impression, Grants, and don't try and pin this all on me. I think I'm starting to see why you might be seeing as irksome. See, now it's spreading to others. Don't blame this on me. With the group's decided, Zeph and Kishi walked over to the first door and waited for Devin and me to follow. Which apparently involved a motorcycle. Oi, you two, no point in waiting around. Let's get right to it. My stomach was curling into knots. I wanted to wait as long as possible. I did want to see what lied beyond these doors. My feet felt like cement. It was hard to even take a single step forward, knowing that my death might be just a few minutes away. My heart was beating like mad, and I could feel a trickle of sweat starting to roll down the side of my face. This could be it. This could be the end of my life. I can't. My thoughts were paused as I felt a push on my back. I turned to see Devin smiling at me with a look of sympathy and understanding. Fear and uncertainty lingered in her eyes as I imagined it did in mine. Don't stare at me like that, you dope. People are gonna get ideas otherwise. Now come on, we can make it through this if we try. Yeah, I know. We try. We didn't know what the future had in store for us, but we could try and mend this design as best we could. It's all we could do after all. We walked through the door with Zeph and Kishi, and once we all stepped through the door, it closed behind us. Good luck, good fortune. So there's paths. The room itself was rather small. All it had were 4 chairs in front of a television screen. There were 2 exits in the back of the room. It was unnerving, but everything up to this point had been. Hey, why is there television in here? Is there something wrong with a television? Well, didn't those digits feed in? People say that electronic devices wouldn't work in a place like this? They did say that, didn't they? Devin pulled out her phone and frowned as it seemed unresponsive. Dead. I know I have plenty of battery life before we jump through the magic door. Sure hope my warranty didn't expire. Well, maybe it's not an actual television, or maybe Belle has her own rules about this place that lets her decide what electronics are allowed to work and which ones aren't. No point in splitting hairs over something simple stuff like this. As if on cue, the television flashed a few times, emitting static before a clear picture of Belle on the screen waved a hand towards us. That's precisely it, Zep. This isn't really a television, not in the technical sense anyway, but if it looks like a television, acts like a television, it might as well be one, right? I figured that using something a little more technical might make things go smoother. Gotta keep up with the times, after all. Zep smiled and turned to face to Devin. See, what'd I tell you? I guess this place's weird, funky rules just let anything happen. Anything can happen, you're correct! So let's get right to it and set your game up. So how exactly is this going to work? Simple. First we determine what kind of game we're going to play. You remember them, right? 2v2, 1v3, 4-player dilemma, all for 1. After the game type is selected, I'll randomize the teams if there are any. Then finally, I'll tell you the game you'll be playing, the rules, and then you'll start. Nothing special, right? Everyone's going to be going through it, so make sure you memorize this as best as you can anyway. She giggles before recomposing herself. Alright, first things first, what type of game shall we play? Television screens are the shift between 4 screens, each showing off one of the types of games. Eyes were glued as the screen flickered from one image to the next. Trying to stay optimistic, after all, there were a lot of chances that Devin and I could be paired together, or that we'd be able to at least survive together. Running each option in my head, hoping that fate or something would look favorably upon me here. My hopes were answered when the screen stopped, showing 1 person playing against 3 others. It looks like we'll be playing 1v3 game. Let's see who's on what team. They all looked nervously at one another. No matter what kind of team orientation there was, one team was going to be split. I just didn't want it to be me. Please don't be me. Please. Live versus Devin, Seth, and Kishi. My heart sank. Time slowed. I wanted to blink my eyes and rub my ears and hope that I just perceived everything wrong. This couldn't be happening. This just couldn't be happening. No. No. I have now revealed the exits from this room. Take note on the door on the left and right. Clyde, will you please enter the room on the left? Kishi, Zeph, and Devin, please enter the room on the right. No, Belle, you've got this wrong. You can't split us up like this. Oh, why not? Are you afraid that things won't be fair because it's 3 versus 1? Don't worry, Clyde. Let's show you that things are properly balanced. I don't care about that. I don't. I gritted my teeth as I stared at the screen. I don't want to kill Devin. Well, Clyde, that's your choice. If you don't want to kill Devin, you don't have to. All I have to do in return is die. That's how these games go. You either live or die. You die. If you want to ensure Devin's life, all you have to do is die and let the other team kill you during the game. Simple enough, isn't it? No. No, there has to be some other way. Excuse me. The sooner you come to accept the rules of this place, the sooner you'll be able to make the best choices. If you wallow around, you'll just die and die and die. Come on, Zeph, let's go. Right behind you. Zeph and Kishi left through the right door. Not bothering to spare me any other words. Are we really gonna die like this? I don't know. Devin reached out to put a hand on my shoulder, but reeled it back once she realized how hollow the comfort would end up being. Do your best, okay? She sucked in a breath of air, and with heavy steps walked through the door, leaving me alone to contemplate my next move. As though I really had any choice in the matter. Did I really have no choice but to pick between my own life and that of Devin's? Clyde, if you don't hurry up and move to your room, I'm gonna assume that you're forfeiting the game. I'll have you disqualified. I'm going... Dread and fear were the only things keeping my legs moving as I entered the door on the left. Once I entered, the door closed behind me. The room itself was rather small and simple, just a chair in front of another television screen. No observable exits aside from the door that I just came out of. Was this where the game was going to be played? Soon the screen flickered to life and Belle's face was on it once again. Alright everyone, the game we'll be playing today is called Pick Your Poison. I hate this already. Rules are simple. Each side will take turns picking a punishment that the other side will have to experience. You'll be provided with 2 options each time. To make things fair, however, the team of 3 will only be able to enact weaker punishments against Clyde. This balances out the teams to ensure that each side could potentially win. Only one person on a team of 3 is able to receive punishment at a time. The person who sits in the chair will be designated as the person who will receive the punishment. Your teammates can choose to swap out with you before your punishment is delivered, but not before knowing what the punishment is. Lastly, you may not swap out of the chair unless one of your teammates chooses to do so. You have to work together if you want to distribute the pain easily. Game will end when one side has no more living players. Sit down in a chair when you're ready to play. For the team of 3, feel really free to discuss among yourselves who will sit up front first. As I was told, sitting down in a chair and watching Isabelle stare directly at me from the screen for a few minutes before she nodded her head, seemingly pleased by whatever was going on in the other room. Alright, seems that you're all set. Let's get this game started. As she spoke, middle locks in the chair activated, keeping my legs and torso in place to the chair. The screen changed to show what I assumed was a live view of the other room, with Devin sitting on a chair with Zeph and Kishi sitting in chairs just behind her. She looked pained, understandably so considering the circumstances. But why? Why was she the one sitting before me now? If the game was to kill your opponents, didn't that mean that they should put someone who's willing to kill me? Devin wouldn't want to put me in harm's way if she could help it. Zeph and Kishi should be upfront, switching among themselves if they thought that anything was too risky. Or maybe they think I won't hurt Devin because she'd be the one who'd be hurt by whatever punishment I picked. Maybe they forced her in the chair and then took the seats behind her. If they thought that I'd go easy on her, they might just wait until either she's dead or I'm dead. So many options, and I don't like any of them. But Belle didn't give me any more time to think. Round 1, start! Upper right part of the screen showed 2 images, a lightning bolt and a syringe of some kind. Press the left button to send a strong electric shot. Press the right button to inject your opponent with a painful but non-lethal poison. Those are the 2 options that I had. I looked down at my hands and saw that on each arm of the chair there was a button. That's probably where I pressed whatever option I wanted. I was thinking it over. Devin looked up at me through the screen. Hey Clyde, which do you prefer? A small cut on your leg or a gunshot through the leg? Huh? Those are the options I was given. It said that you could either get a shot through the leg or you could receive a small cut. Maybe you wouldn't want to be shot through the leg, but you know, never hurts to be polite. Is she being honest? She's telling me what her options are? This is a kind of trigger. Clyde, hello? Is this thing not one way? No, it is. I could hear you. Just pick the small cut, please. Sure thing. If it were me, I would have chosen shoot you through the leg, you know. Yeah, well, nobody asked you. Just saying, I think that would be badass. Evan rolls her eyes and looks back to me. So are you gonna pick for me? What are you gonna pick for me? I haven't picked yet, but there's an option for a strong electric shock and one for a painful but non-fatal poison injection. Oh, sheesh, those both sound terrible. I guess that's what you get for being without teammates. I prefer to take the poison, I guess. I don't know what constituted a strong electric shock, but I'm sure that I won't die if I take a non-fatal poison. Okay, I'll pick that one then. Press the right button, soon the screen flashed with a green check mark. Round 1 is over! Punishments will have been selected. The solo shall receive a shallow cut on their leg. A trio member will receive a painful but non-lethal injection. I hate needles. Well, you did ask for it. I guess you're right. Don't worry, I don't think you'll have to deal with that. What? A rotation has occurred. Devin will take the Zeph will take the place of Devin for the punishment. Harris rotated, now Zeph was in front and looking at me with a cocky grin on his face. Happy to see me. Why did you trade places with Devin? Don't worry your pretty little head about that and just deal with your little leg cut. They spoke. A compartment on my own chair opened with a mechanical knife slicing right through my pants, leaving a shallow cut on my thigh. Ow, gee, that freaking hurt. Blech. Think you got it bad? Your dumb poison feels like there's acid going through my veins. Holy moly. Zeph grimaced in pain as he clutched the arm of the chair. I didn't think that whatever poison going through him would really be that bad. I suppose it could have been worse. Still looking down my shallow wound before a new set of options was put before me. Round 2, start! Press the left button to ignite your opponent's leg for 2 seconds, or press the right button to pour a liter of acid over your opponent's arm. And done. I'm guessing you don't want to talk about our options, do you? Look, man, someone's gotta die, and I'm really not keen on dying this early if I can help it. Also, I've got, like, burning blood right now, so I'm not really feeling chatty right now. Well, that's how you're gonna be. He was right in a sense. We were fighting for our lives. Lighting his leg on fire for 2 seconds seemed way too merciful for him, so I chose the acid pouring punishment. Round 2 is over. Punishments have been selected. The solo will receive a painful blow to the chest. Trio member will have their arm doused in a liter of acid. Acid, dude? Really? Don't complain. You just talked about how we were going to die a few seconds ago. Yeah, but doesn't mean you just pour acid on people. Before he can protest any further, the ceiling opened and noxious bubbling acid descended right onto his right arm. Zeph cried out in pain as the liquid continued to rain down on his arm. Only once it stopped, he raised his head up and weakly grinned towards the camera. Damn, this shit hurts. Still stings too. Like, this acid just cleans my clothes. You're a real sadist, you know that. I wanted to snap at him, but before I could a steel mallet slammed in my chest, knocking out any air I had left and sending a wave of pain across my body. Pain was intense, and I could tell that something was wrong. What's wrong? I got the wind knocked out of you. That shit looked like it hurt. There, back at the screen, my chest was throbbing. I had never felt pain and anger in this magnitude before. I wasn't sure if I had broke a rib or if this was just a nasty bruise. I just knew that each time I inhaled and exhaled, the pain in my chest would flare up. Well, either way, it's looking like we're both worse for wear, which, if you ask me, is better for us than it is for you. Let's see if you can survive the next round. I weakly growled at him as I was presented with the next set of punishments appearing on my screen. Oh my gosh, I am like... suffering right now. Press the left button to stab your opponent in the side. Press the right button to launch a brick at their head. The intensity of these options were increasing with each round, so let's ensure that someone dies sooner or later. I started looking at this cocky bastard and instantly locked in my answer. I figured that a stab to the side would kill him sooner rather than later. He might stay awake after taking a brick to the head. What? Nothing to say. Don't want to talk about what cool options of pain you might have? Alright, guess we'll just go right to the punishment then. He locked in his answer, wincing as the residual pain continued to linger in his body. Round 3 is over. Punishment's been selected. Till it shall be constricted for 2 minutes. The trio member will be stabbed in the side. Finally getting serious, huh? Can't blame me for that. For the record, the other option I had was covered in venomous snakes, but I wasn't sure if they'd actually bite. Plus, we already saw a snake. This seems way more interesting. A rotation has occurred and Devin will take the place of Zeph for this punishment. What the hell was going on? Didn't think she swapped this soon. Well, have fun stabbing your friend there. Zeph rotated out and Devin took his place. Before I had any time to even curse at him, Devin cried out in pain as the knife wedged itself into her side. She started to sweat as she leaned forward and reached for the knife that was plunged into her flesh. Stop! Don't pull the knife out. What? There's a goddamn knife in my side. You're telling me not to pull the damn thing out? Frickin' hurts, man. It's the only thing keeping you alive right now. You pull that knife out of your body and you'll bleed out fast. Why do you care? Because you're useful. I'm sure Clyde wouldn't want to stab his dear friend again, would he? Just bear through the pain. It'll all be over soon anyway. I soon felt something wrap around my abdomen and started to constrict and squeeze me. My ribs flared out in pain again. I coughed out in agony as my muscles continued to ache. The constraints only became tighter and tighter. Thought I was going to be squeezed in half. Oh my gosh, sorry. I thought I was going to be squeezed in half. It was hard enough to breathe already, but now it felt as though no matter what, I couldn't suck any air into my lungs. See, told you it'd be over soon. Grit my teeth and forced myself to draw in one last breath. Defiance and anger were the only things keeping me alive. Even defiance and rage couldn't fight much against the burning pain in my chest. Every time I let out a small huff, I felt my chest getting squeezed tighter. Just had to hold out for 2 minutes. I already lost track of time. I was just staring at Devin, hoping to focus my mind on anything other than the diminishing amount of air in my lungs. It felt eternal. Every second just intensified the pain, and slowly, breath began to leak out of my mouth. Soon I felt my lungs empty, and I pounded against the restraints, demanding more air. Even my helpless gasps were empty. I only filled my mouth with air and couldn't get it down my throat. My vision began to get blurry, and a throbbing headache began to bound against my skull. My arms pulled and pressed against the constraints. My legs flailed. Every part of my body ached. It demanded air and was fighting with every bit of energy and strength it could to find some way to get it in. But with each desperate attempt, my body became weaker and weaker. I could only think of one thing and one thing only. Breathe. Breathe. Breathe, damn it. Finally felt a rush of air pull down on my lungs as the constraints loosened and unwrapped themselves. I collapsed in my seat. I wasn't sure how much more of this I could take. I coughed and hacked before choking in more air into my lungs. Even after all of it, my head ached still and I couldn't focus. It almost seemed hopeless. Even if I were to somehow play things right, there's no way I'd be able to survive 2 more punishments like that again. Wow, he's still alive. Give him some credit. He's quite the fighter. Why? Why did he take his place? You're really asking that now? Because Dev was making you suffer, obviously. Shit, he was obviously just picking the worst options. Is it wrong to want my friends to not have another hammer slammed into their chest? Was out of mercy? Compassion? Call it what you want, just know that I hate seeing you in pain. Thanks. I needed that more than anything right now, compassion and mercy. I didn't know if that would be enough to carry me through this horrific game. Hey Clyde, I've got some good news for you. Weakly look up, barely able to hold a breath, hoping that Devin had actually had some good news. Your choices for punishment are having your head submerged in water for 2 minutes. That would kill me, no doubt. I wouldn't be able to hold a breath long enough to be able to last more than 30 seconds, I bet. Or get tickled with a feather in your armpits for a minute. Are you joking? I've got a knife in my side, Clyde. Do you think I'd really be joking about whether I could kill you or just make you giggle? I pick my answer, so just tell me what you're gonna pick. Looked over my options. Press the left button to burn your opponent's legs. Press the right button to submerge your opponent's head in water for 2 minutes. Now have your legs burned or your head submerged in water for 2 minutes. Shit, both of those sound terrible. Which one do you want? I'll probably freak the hell out if my legs suddenly go on fire. I take my chance with holding my breath. I think I know a few techniques. Try taking a few deep breaths if preparing herself for going underwater. But I was looking past her, towards Kishi and Zeph. How would I know they wouldn't try to take Devin's place right this instant? Kishi hasn't suffered at all during this game. She could easily just swoop in and try to take whatever mercy it would try and give to Devin. If she did, she'd also be able to pick the next punishment for me. And I know for a fact that she wouldn't go easy on me. Hell, she'd probably kill me with her first choice. So logically speaking, I should go for whatever I think could kill Kishi then, right? I don't know if she could hold her breath for 2 minutes or even burning her legs would put her out of commission, but best shot, isn't it? Even so, lifting my head up to look at Devin, still trying to keep a brave face despite the pain she was in. If I get that wrong, Devin's gonna be in more agony than she's already in. And she doesn't deserve that, not after putting her life on the line just to give me some respite. My choice is... pressing the wrong button. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna do the submerge option. Wow, that was not gonna do what I thought it was gonna do. Fine. Is that gonna do it? Is that gonna do it? We're submerging. Honestly, I'm worried that Kishi or Zeph are going to take Devin's place. But if I think about the perspective, they should want to win without putting themselves in any sort of danger. Even if they think that Devin is going to go easy on me, inevitably I'll be chipped down further and further. That, or maybe they're betting that Devin will turn on me out of anger if I mess up. For now, the best play is to simply assure Devin that she's got my trust and not to do anything drastic. Press the right button, wait for the results on the screen to change. Round 4 is over! Punishments have been selected. The soul shall be tickled under the arms with a feathers for a minute. The trio member will have their heads submerged in water for 2 minutes. You sure you're gonna be able to hold your breath for 2 minutes while you've got a knife in you? I've watched videos on how to do this. All I have to do is not panic. You know what I'd do if my legs were burned? Panic. And probably scream and shout and, you know, just be in a ton of pain. Alright, just don't panic, okay? She nodded to reassure me, but looked slightly surprised when a plastic square tank closed around her head and quickly was pumped full of water. She only had a moment to suck in a huge breath before the tank filled completely with water. She closed her eyes and simply sat there motionless, almost as if she were taking a nap underwater. She could only nervously stare. She looked fine, but I know that she didn't feel fine. She had amazing willpower, but would that be enough? 10 seconds. 20 seconds. 30 seconds. 40 seconds. Just continue to sit there, not a care in the world. And even the hint of distress or pain was plastered on her face. 50 seconds. 60 seconds. 70 seconds. Her eyebrow winced, her lip twitched ever so slightly. Her body must be begging for her to take a breath. She had a minute and 30 seconds. She only had to hold for a little longer, but even a second must have felt like an eternity while her lungs were begging for new air. I didn't want to speak and distract her. I just leaned forward and hoped that she'd be able to hustle through it. With 20 seconds left, I saw a stream of bubbles slowly starting to exit from her nose, her lungs deflated ever so slightly. Her puffed up cheeks deflated as she inhaled whatever stockpiled air was in there, just to get through the last few seconds. I let out a sigh of relief. She'd still have a few more seconds left to go through, but I was sure that she could survive this without inhaling a drop of water. My optimism was spot on. As the timer ticked down, the tank drained all the water out onto the ground, and Devin gasped for new air. After a few heavy breaths, she smiled, flashed a smile at me and winked. See? Told you I could do it. Yeah, well, you looked like you were struggling towards the end there. Struggle? Please, I could go for 3 minutes if I didn't have this stupid knife stuck in me. Which, by the way, still hurts like hell. I'm sure that it does. Now it's your turn. I had almost forgotten about my punishment, but in hindsight, it wasn't anything to even think about. All real pain I had was from when both of my arms were lifted and my chest reminded me that I probably have some kind of rib injury. But there was that tickle out of my arms that even make me laugh. It just felt weird. You look ridiculous right now. I want you to know that. And you look like an idiot who tried to taste lava. What you say, asshole? Def, there's no point in getting riled up. How am I not supposed to get angry at that? Well, you did start it. Even so, my arms were lowered and a new set of options were chosen for me. My eyes widened with horror. Press the left button to shoot your opponent through the head, or press the right button to shoot your opponent through the heart. What the hell choices were these? Both of them were lethal. There's no way Devin would survive this sort of thing. I tried to hide my fear. I couldn't let her know. I was basically forced to execute her. Devin being ever watchful knowing me for a while could tell something was up. Dude, you look constipated. Shut up. It's just my chest. It's really hurting, that's all. I've got a knife on my side, and I don't look like I'm going to explode, do I? No, but you've got a higher pain tolerance than me. You just held your breath for 2 minutes underwater. I think that shows how awesome you are. Oh, do you think so? Maybe you can ask Belle for a reward after all this. You can get a bronze medal. Only bronze? Can one of you please die so I don't have to hear any more of this? Keisha and I don't force people to listen to our conversations when they don't have to. Let me ask you for your input. Just hurry up and get on with it. Then Simon looked down at her options. I can make your chair hot, but not like burning. I guess it'd be like sitting on a metal chair that's been out in the sun all day. Uncomfortable, but manageable. I take it you rather not have a boulder roll over your leg. That's a new experience, Devin. Maybe I think that it'll be interesting. Besides, it might be a boulder made of ice cream. Wow, never thought your sense of humor would come out when your life was on the line. It's probably some sort of mix of panic and survival instinct that's keeping me from freaking out. Maybe we should put you in more dangerous situations like this when you're at work. You'd be a hit in the kitchen. I could hear Zeph groaning in the background. I could hear me losing my voice. Slowly but surely. It was perfect. Just need egg into action. And for you, I can repel you with 50 snowballs or pour lava over your arm. You know, I was hoping you'd pick the snowballs right away. What does one to taste lava? It looks like it would be like a miracle drink. It probably tastes like dirt and pain. Really hot dirt that burns like hell. think about it. Oh my god, can I just get out of the chair and kill them both? This is agonizing. Zeph, calm down. Just listen to them. They're thinking about eating lava. Lava, Kishi! If they want to do that, then it's up to them. Well, I'll be sure to share some with you if you want, Zeph. Are you gonna share it? Never mind picking the snowballs. What? But what if they're pure ice balls and they're really gonna hurt? Well, maybe it'll numb you on impact if they're really cold. Hey, Zeph, if lava's not up to your taste, how about a snow cone? I will shove a snow cone so far up your ass that you'll choke on it. I think that happened in a cartoon I watched once. All the snow melted, he drank it, and the guy had to. Don't care. Just pick your stupid choice already. That should do it. At least I sure hope it does. I press the left button and anxiously watch the screen. Round 5 is over. The punishments have been selected. The solo shall have to sit in an extremely hot seat. The trio member will have to be shot through the head. What? Before I can answer, someone else shot first. What the hell? Seems my strategy worked. Not that I really had much of a choice. Either Devin was going to get shot or someone else was. I had to play the hand that was dealt. You lying sack of shit. You didn't say that those were your options. I thought you were going to pick some stupid snowball option. Well, I figured, Zeph, that you'd want something else since you weren't keen on lava or snowballs. Little prick. Rotation has occurred. Zeph will take the place of Devin for the punishment. Chairs rotated around with Zeph ending up right in front of the screen. Bet you feel real cocky right now, don't you? Like you've won some shit just because you managed to kill me. Look, man, I don't want to kill anyone. Sure as hell couldn't shoot my best friend. Oh, is that the case? You're kind of a jerk, but if I could avoid it, I'd rather not kill you. I can respect that. But man, if that's all you're worried about, then you're dumber than you look. What's that supposed to mean? You'll figure it out at the end, or maybe someone already told you, but my time's up this round. See you round, I guess. Gun dropped down from the ceiling and aimed at Zeph's head. It didn't seem disturbed in the least, and once the gun fired, his body slumped backwards, leaving nothing but a corpse. Felt sick. I'd seen some horrific injuries already, but I'd never seen a dead body right before my eyes. I want to turn away and believe this was a bad dream, that I'd wake up from it at any moment. Of course, there wasn't going to be any such miracle for me. This game had to go on, with Zeph's body being moved away. Kishi was the next one I had to face. That was pretty smart of you, Clyde, lying to cover your lack of options. He's pretty smart, you know. You can give him some serious credit. He is. I'd never be able to think that quickly on my feet. I mean, I can when I'm singing, dancing, and playing the drums, but the point is, I can respect you doing the best that you can in this situation. You aren't mad that I killed your boyfriend? Well, it was inevitable. If I got mad about it, then I really shouldn't be here. I'd be more mad if you made him needlessly suffer for a long while, which you did in a way, I suppose. I didn't make anyone needlessly suffer. I didn't have any non-lethal options. True. So many of your options were as you said they were. Anyway, let's not drag this on much longer. I think we'll finish this game in 3 minutes or less. Why are you so sure about that? Simple, because one of my options is I'll inject you with a poison that will kill you in 3 minutes. My heart skipped a beat. You don't really have that, do you? Why would I lie about something like that? Besides, if you die, then we win no matter how long it takes, as long as one of us is alive. And I'm willing to bet that you're not going to kill Devin, even if you were able to kill me. So I'd rather just guarantee our victory, since you're very keen on playing games with her after all. She's bluffing. She has to be bluffing. Why would she say something like that? She must know that I'll try and kill her no matter what, so is there any point making me lie? There's some kind of punishment that's based on whatever it is that I pick? No. I'm just overthinking things. I've got to play to win. I looked down at my options and felt a bit of relief. Press the left button to pierce your opponent's chest with a sword, or press the right button to shower them with fireworks. I don't want to play around and just drop fireworks on people. At times like these, it was best to just go and do the straightforward solution. Press the left button and anxiously watch as Kishi look back at me. You know, you've got really pretty eyes. What the hell are you saying? At a time like this? Just teasing. Don't tell Zeph I said that, by the way. He'd throw a fit, or maybe a punch your way. I wouldn't want you to end up with a black eye, after all. Round 6 is over. Punishments have been selected. The solo shall be injected with a poison that will kill them in 2 minutes? The trio member would be pierced to the heart with a sword. So you weren't lying. Well, I sort of lied. I figured that thinking you had an extra minute would be nice, wouldn't it? The difference between 3 minutes and 2 minutes isn't all that much. You can say all sorts of stuff in that amount of time if you're quick. I'll leave that to you. Girl, it seems like I'm about to go through something painful. She took a deep breath and relaxed herself. Seconds later, a sword plunged through her chest. Her eyes shot wide with pain, but she didn't yell. I think she appeared to try and contain whatever guttural cry instinctually was trying to escape her mouth. It's hard for me to take my eyes off her. This would be the second person I killed. Was I? Any of some kind of monster? No. No, I didn't have a choice. I had to. She was going to kill me after all. I pinched my shoulder and looked to see an empty needle retreating back into my chair. Shit. Keisha looked as though she had something cocky to say, or maybe she was just trying to be reassuring. Hard to tell when half of her face looked as though she was trying to cling on to life while the other half had accepted it. But after a few seconds, she slumped over, leaving only one person left on her team. Clyde! God damn it. How do you feel? Do you feel sick? I don't know. I think I feel fine. My vision started to get a little blurry, and I felt my body starting to get warm. Oh my gosh, this sneeze that was like an hour ago still bugging me. Like, I can't get rid of that just congested bit. Scratch that. Starting to feel a little dizzy. Shit. It's just the two of us now. Shut up. I know that. I just... There's something we could do in less than a minute. Belle said that she'd give us each a fair shot at winning a game. I don't think she'd lie about that. What's the point of these games if everyone's gonna die? Maybe some of the others can help. If the game ends, we can get help. There has to be some way. There has to be some kind of way that we can both get out of this. Evan, please. We have to make a decision. I don't have a lot of time left. Don't say that. Come on, man. If I can handle a knife and me for minutes on end, you can power through this poison. Mind over matter. I know that you can. Don't give up so easily. Get real, Devin. We're stuck in this room, bound to these chairs until the game is over. I'm getting worse. My heart's starting to beat like mad. I'm shivering in my head. My head is pounding. I can barely keep focused. Even your wound. You've got a wound that'll get infected if you don't get treatment. It'll be a miracle if one of us got out of here alive, let alone both of us. So all we can do is hope that Belle keeps good on her word. Shut up! You're always going through things with a defeatist attitude. Like you've lost the fight before it's even started. You don't have to give up so damn easily. Tears started to roll down her eyes as she tried to fight back sobs. What the hell am I supposed to do if you're not out there with me? Oh my goodness. You think that I'll be able to survive out there? I'll be alone against all of them. I can't do this alone like you can, Clyde. I'm not you. I'm not smart. I'm not clever. I'm not tactical like you are. I'm none of those things. I got you stabbed because I didn't think straight. I'm not smart or as wrong as you think I am. Bullshit! You made one small mistake, but you otherwise played this perfectly. Trusted me when you needed to. You tricked Zeph into swapping with me. You got Kishi in one round. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. You did everything you could. You could win this. You could make it out of here alive if you tried. I wouldn't. What am I gonna do if I don't have you at my side? I don't know what the hell I'll do. What the hell I'll do. No matter how you look at this, I was always doomed to die. I can't just let you die, Devin. This is all my fault. I can't let you die. Devin's eyes furrowed as she turned back to the screen. I'm either killing you with a gunshot to the chest or stabbed through the chest. There's no choice here. I'm just murdering you. What difference would it make? If you picked something harmless, that this poison would kill me anyway. I hesitantly looked down at my own options. Hold on. Press left to mercifully kill your opponent, lulling them to sleep with a sleeping agent that toxin will stop their heart. Press right to painfully let them suffer from their current and future wounds. What kind of poetic bullshit is this? Either put you to sleep and stop your heart, or I just do nothing. That's how I understand this. What's the point? If I'm gonna die either way, you might as well have a chance at living. Don't be dumb, Clyde. You're smart. You're observant. You know what would happen if you chose to kill me. She was right. I knew it all along, but hoped that she hadn't noticed. Whatever punishment I selected happens before my own. I mean, if my punishment kills Devin, then the game will end and I won't have to suffer whatever she picks. Ending ignorance isn't cool, you know. At least if you put me to sleep, that'd be more merciful, more peaceful than what I do to you. I could just pick nothing and let the poison kill me. You tried that. I'll pick an option for you. What the hell do you care? I'm probably gonna die either from this poison or from something else. To teach you a lesson. Now choose, or I shall choose for you. You sick, sadistic bitch. Neither one of us was willing to budge, but ultimately we had to make a decision. It felt as though it was the hardest decision I would ever have to make. Sorry, Devin, but I am very good at pressing that. Kill her and live. This is what she would want, isn't it? Am I being selfish? Am I just using her words as an excuse to not feel horrible? Or I could even think more on it. My free hand pressed the left button. All I could do was look up at her with pained eyes. Do I tell her that I killed her? Would that be the noble thing to do? Does honor even matter at a time like this? She's going to die. I killed her. What good do a few words mean when your life is done? Round 7 is over. Punishments have been selected. Someone shall have their heart shot with a gun. The trio member we put to sleep and then injected with a toxin will stop their heart. I knew you were smart, Clyde. I didn't say anything. Tears simply welled up in my eyes and were overflowing across my face. All the physical anguish and pain was nothing compared to knowing that Devin was knocking on death's doorstep and death was far too eager to answer. Dude, don't cry. You're not really the type that looks cute when you're crying. Stop making jokes when you're about to die. Damn it, you're the only person here that I can trust, that I care about. What the hell am I gonna do if you're gone? You're smart, Clyde. I'm sure you'll figure something out. Damn, hard to keep my eyes open. There's so much shit that I want to say, but I guess I chickened out. Alright, I'll just say it, dude. We're the smartest and most determined people I know. That's why I know you can win this. I know you'll be able to figure things out. So don't blame yourself, alright? You gotta stop getting down on yourself and realize that you're not a failure. You're a spectacular, one-of-a-kind guy. And... Devin! Devin! Devin, you wake up. Don't fall asleep. Damn it, Devin. Wake up, please. I can't do this without you. Devin, please. I'm not spectacular. I'm not... I'm just a failure. Congratulations, Clyde! You won! You defeated the other team and come out victorious! I began to shower down from the sky and Belle suddenly appeared behind me, putting her hands on my shoulder. It was an impressive show. I must admit that I'm quite proud of your performance. Oh, let's take care of your injuries now, shall we? Can't have you feeling less than perfect before the next game. The snap of her fingers, somehow all my injuries mended themselves, the pain vanishing instantly. See, good as new. I bet you're feeling super dandy right now. Don't screw with me. I beg your pardon. My body no longer being handicapped by the pain of my injuries, I lunged at Belle with both arms. Rage and sorrow fueled my steps as I attempted to grab at her throat, but she poofed into a cloud of blue smoke before appearing right behind me again. Oh, come on, Clyde. You don't really think that you can hurt me here, do you? You're smarter than that. I squared up to her again, keeping my eyes locked onto hers. Bring her back! Bring Devin back! If I were to refuse, then I'm not gonna play your stupid games anymore. That's gonna be a bit of a problem, Clyde. You're gonna ruin things for everyone if you don't play along. Maybe you need a little more bit of motivation. Are you a carrot or a stick kind of person? Cut the crap. I don't know if you're some kind of god or a witch or whatever you are, but you clearly have some kind of power here. Bring Devin back to life. You're stubborn, but maybe that's your heart talking. Just do it! No! I swung a fist towards her and she simply sidestepped out of the way. Such passion. I knew I was gonna like you the minute that you showed up. Again, trying to actually connect the blow rather than wildly whipping my arm around. Again, she simply moved that just out of my reach. If you keep this up, Clyde, I might have to kill you. And I don't like breaking my own rules, but more importantly, it's such a shame if you die right after Devin urged for you to live. You shut up. You don't get to talk about what she wanted or her final wishes. What are you gonna do about it? She raised a hand and closed it into a fist. All the air in my lungs gets squeezed out like water in a sponge, and my body felt as though it were being constricted by a rope. I'll be honest with you, Clyde. I don't break my own rules. I'm not gonna kill you, but remember that I can always pull upon your fears, your weaknesses, and torment you to make you act. This is my realm. This is my game. You shall play it to the end to learn the lesson that all who have played before have learned. I stared up at her, wanting to curse as some force kept my voice silent. Remember this. In my realm, you play by my rules. You are not so special that you can make demands of my rules, and you are not the first nor the last I will tell this to. The intensity on her face softened quickly before she snapped her fingers and the door in the room opened. I suggest you get some rest. You've still got a few rounds ahead of yourself if you want to win. And put aside that brash defiance and do what you ought to do. Try and win the game. I'd be very impressed if you were the first after all. Toodles! She disappeared into a puff of blue smoke and eventually felt myself unrestrained. Sat down for a moment, wallowing in pity and a smoldering anger. Devin wouldn't want me to throw away my chance at life. If I just gave up, then I might as well have given her the chance to live. That was the logic that I told myself anyway, just enough of an idea to pick myself off the ground and force myself to walk rather than stay in a depressed stupor. I walked through the hallway, not even sure what I was walking towards. Eventually I found myself in a similar lounge like when I first arrived. It's a bit bigger, and there was a room off to the side that looked like a kitchen and a bathroom as well. Thinking about it, I didn't feel hungry or thirsty. I can't imagine the Belle wants us to cook. And thankfully I haven't felt that I needed to use the bathroom. Not yet anyway. Is she just making this place look more homey for our comfort? Probably not. See 3 other large doors ahead of me. I guess that's where I'll be heading towards next once the others get here. Turn back and notice that there are 4 doors behind me. Obviously, there was the door that I had just left, which means the others should be coming out of those doors. Remember right, the doors don't open until the game is finished, which means Richard, Philip, Grant, and Jade should be doing their game now. Wonder if they were going to have to go through the same hellish ordeal that I was going to have to go through. Maybe it'd be something different. I couldn't know, and chances were that I'd get my answer soon enough anyway. Walked over towards one of the couches in the lounge and sat myself down, eventually lying just staring up at the ceiling. The ounce of this room was uncomfortable. All I could do was think about everything that just happened. All the pain I just suffered, all the words that were said, all the words that were unsaid. Everything just repeated in my mind over and over and over again. Like an endless nightmare. I was thinking about where things could have gone better, choices I could have made to not have this be the outcome that I created. Why did Devin say all those things? Why did she lie to me? I'm not smart or dependable or anything. I wouldn't have had to rely on some stupid, obscure online opportunity to help my mother. Just a failure, someone who couldn't get his act together and actually do what he was supposed to. That's all I've ever been. Except now I'm worse because my failures are causing others to suffer, to die. What the hell do I do? What does a failure like me even do? I guess it's self-explanatory, isn't it? I just fail. What do you mean you got put on academic suspension? I just missed a few too many exams and it turned the homework a few times. A few times? Clyde, don't suspend people for missing homework 1 or 2 times. How do you miss exams? It'd be one thing if you didn't do well on them, but apparently you just missed them. How the hell does that happen, Clyde? It was those damn games, wasn't it? No, I just slipped in a few too many times. Don't lie to me, Clyde. I can see it on your face. I told you time and again, don't get obsessed with those games. I warned you over and over again to focus on your studies. All it took was 1 semester for you to completely ruin everything. I didn't ruin everything. Like, what are you gonna do now? You can't go back for another year. A whole year. We had everything planned for you, and we made compromises, and now it's just... And you put down those stupid damn games for a few weeks, a few days, and just focus on passing your classes. Don't you understand how important your future is? You can't just live in a fantasy world where all you do is get to live in eternal bliss and entertainment. Are you even listening to me? Look up at me and tell me you understand. Clyde, look at me. You can't just run to the games when things get hard for you. I'm gonna take care of this myself. Can't see the problem, I'm gonna have to fix things for you until you realize what you have to do. What are you doing? Where are you going? Mom? Mom, that's my computer. You can't just take it. Your choice, Clyde. You can keep your computer or go find somewhere else to live. Let me keep it under lock and key until you can get your act together. I'm tired of you resigning yourself to mediocrity. I know you can do better. You just have to try. You have to find something and not waste away. Are you listening to me? Stop looking down with that pitiful look on your face. Look at me. Look at me. Yeah. Sleep poorly. What the hell are you doing watching me sleep? You were mumbling around in your sleep, so I figured I'd make sure you didn't roll off the couch and hurt yourself. I was thinking you wanted a broken nose from falling off your bed. I'd know. Concern is appreciated, but I don't move around in my sleep. That's good. I'll remember that next time. Well, I'll try to anyway. Hey, if you're here, then that means that you finished your game. Yeah, we actually just got it a few minutes ago. We? Mm-hmm. Jay, Grant, and myself all made it through. Jade and Grant are in the kitchen right now, so Phillips didn't make it then. His face darkened for a moment as he put his hands together and sighed. Yeah, Dad wasn't able to make it through the race in time. It's a shame, but I'll be okay. Dad was pretty adamant about being left behind. He wanted to be left behind? Our game was a race, or I guess more like an obstacle course. We're actually doing pretty fine. It's just, well, for our game, only the first 3 people who made it to the end would be allowed to live. The loser who got 4th place was executed. It's horrible. Yeah, my dad's not exactly in running shape, to be honest. So I had to help him out through this most of the course. In the end, I told him that I'd be fine getting left behind, but he pushed me over the finish line like the old fool he is. So he sacrificed himself for you? That's one way you can put it. Well, how else could you interpret it? Maybe he doesn't want to deal with whatever else might be coming up and took the coward's way out? Maybe he knew he wouldn't be able to get far enough, even if he got through this first game and wanted to save himself the hassle? Maybe he really believed in me. It wasn't a sacrifice as much as he genuinely believed I could win. Oh, knowing my dad, he probably just wanted to go, so I'd try to make friends. Figures that if he's around, I'll just cling on to him. He's not wrong, though. You talk so casually about your dad's death like this. Aren't you angry? Aren't you upset? I'm not happy that he just died in front of my eyes. But it's not like he's gone forever. What kind of insane logic is this guy working on? The dead are dead. They don't come back to life. On that note, we're gonna leave on a little cliffhanger. I don't know what's coming next, so we're leaving on this cliffhanger. So, next time we'll find out what Richard says in response to the dead are dead. If he says anything important, or if we're left wondering. Sorry for all the stuffiness. I thought the congestion from sneezing would go away, but apparently not. I think I got rid of some of it. But anyway, also it's really hot right now for me, so. Point is, thank you for watching. Thank you to Vicarious PR for the code for the game. And check out Game of Fortune on Steam now if you would like. And we're gonna work through all the endings. Speaking of, where is my options? Flowchart. Aha. Oh, the country part scene. Okay, so go through the door. That's the split. That's the choice of splitting for going solo. And that's the water choice. Alright. Anyway. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support really helps to keep being content like this and more. Find links for that in the description below, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!